I'm Jessica Howard Anderson. I'm a third-year infectious disease fellow here at Emory, and today I'll be breaking down antimicrobial resistance as well as antibiotic stewardship. Antibiotic resistance occurs when bacteria develop resistance to antibiotics, essentially rendering that antibiotic ineffective to treat a patient's infection. Unfortunately, we know that as patients are exposed to more and more antibiotics, the likelihood of them developing an antibiotic-resistant infection increases. Antibiotic stewardship was actually developed in part as a response to concerns about antimicrobial resistance and refers to optimizing antimicrobial prescribing so that patients can receive effective therapy for their infections, but while also minimizing any potential harms from ineffective or excessive antibiotic use. Antibiotic resistance is really a growing problem here in the United States as well as worldwide. The CDC recently put out an antibiotic resistant threat report in which they estimated that in the US alone, nearly 3 million people will develop an infection that is resistant to many antibiotics, and that nearly 35,000 people will die from this. So this is really a big issue, and as an infectious disease fellow, one of my biggest concerns is that we'll get to the point where I will no longer be able to offer effective antibiotics for a patient's infection. I think antimicrobial stewardship is an extremely important area of research, not only to curb or slow down the development of antimicrobial resistance, but also just to minimize any side effects from antibiotics. And these can range from mild nausea to kidney injury to life-threatening allergic reactions. Additionally, we know that patients exposed to more antibiotics are at higher likelihood of developing a severe diarrheal infection called Clostridioides difficile, or C. diff. So Emory has several federally funded research programs that tackle antimicrobial resistance. These are usually multidisciplinary and span both basic and clinical research areas. Emory is integral in the Georgia Emerging Infections Program, which is a collaboration between Emory, the CDC, and the Georgia Department of Public Health. And through this, we provide surveillance and epidemiologic research for multi-drug resistant infections. And then lastly, I think it's important to point out that each Emory hospital has its own antimicrobial stewardship team, which work to implement and study on-the-ground interventions to improve antimicrobial prescribing and really improve patient safety.